Papa's USA. Yeah!
This is Car Bros Podcast, episode 30.
The big 30.
Big 30.
Yep.
Big 30. Feels significant for some reason.
Right.
Even though it's not.
30 is a big number.
It's more than half a year.
Yeah, it's over half a year.
Damn.
So, welcome back. Thanks for being here.
Yep.
Sup, patrons?
What's up?
Thanks for especially being here.
Yeah.
Trickling in. It's getting better.
Shout
What's
out
up?
to Popeyes.
Yeah. Why?
Just for, giving us the power to keep going.
We went to Popeyes. You know what?
Yeah. Excellent choice.
Recommend Popeyes.
You've probably noticed a few Popeyes cups sitting on the table in the
We're
past.
big fans of Popeyes.
They usually give us free food.
Surf and turf.
Yeah, we noticed this time they had a $5 surf and turf. I took a picture of it.
We'll insert the picture here.
Surf and turf.
Spoiler alert, it's fried
Yeah.
shrimp and fried chicken.
Yeah, it's not really what you imagine.
The turf was questionable. I just thought it was funny. $5 surf and turf. Like, that's usually
Sounds like a Sizzler kind of promotion.
it's usually something you wouldn't advertise. But yeah.
It was good.
Anyways, hello to our patrons. Hello to the rest of you too. Thanks for being here. If you want to be a patron, go for it.
Join us.
Yeah. No one's stopping you except you.
No, what's your excuse? Do it. It's fun. There's behind the scenes stuff and lively debate, conversations, and whatever. Pretty much everyone who has become a patron has not stopped. So I would say that means that it's worth the money, judging by their
You get a healthy return on your investment.
trust their discretion. You know. Okay. Hot take.
What the fuck is Ford doing?
What's up with Ford?
So,
We've kind of talked about this before.
Yeah,
We're just like,
we've touched on it.
what are they doing?
But they just keep coming out with more weird stuff.
But now it's been a while since they've shaken things up, and we can officially say, what the what?
Well, so I guess I'll be 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah.
Recently, Ford just showed the new Focus ST.
For Europe.
Yes, then if you're not aware, Ford came out with like a new Focus like a year ago or 2 years ago. That's not the one that they sold here.
Yeah,
it's like
they
it's like
redesigned
the
it.
whatever next gen.
New platform, yeah.
Yeah, better.
Yep.
And so they just showed the new Focus ST, whatever 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
Which I assume will be sold in obviously most of Europe and
Yeah.
probably Australia, wherever.
Yeah.
And it sounds like pretty sweet. Like essentially like they took the old one and made it better, like
Yeah.
as you'd expect for most new cars.
It's a logical progression.
Yeah, it's
on
like
the car.
they like changed the motor to the 2.3, so more power, more
Yeah.
torque. It's got rev matching,
Yeah.
and it has an automatic, which is, a good thing for
It
someone.
looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks cool and it seems nice.
Yeah.
And it's not coming to the U.S.
They don't sell it here. They don't sell the Focus at all, right?
Right now, they completely scratched the Focus
Yeah, for whatever
from the
reason.
U.S. lineup.
Apparently it was not competitive or something.
I think they just couldn't make money on it. I guess.
Yeah.
It's not like they didn't sell them because people fucking bought
Yeah,
them.
but if they're selling them at a discount,
Right,
or
if they have to
something,
put
who
a
knows?
shitload of money on the
So
hood.
I'm assuming they make these Focuses in Europe,
I think it's made in Germany.
Yeah, so,
the previous one was made in the U.S.
right.
except for the RS, so I think was imported.
Yeah.
But
The Euro model.
yeah, so but anyway, so this new ST like looks pretty sweet. Like like good job.
Yep.
You just can't buy it here?
No, you can't buy. I mean, like it's a cool car.
Yeah.
Like, because of Ford's
Yeah.
decision to not sell cars in the U.S. It's like sorry. And the worst thing is they supposedly replaced the Focus in their lineup with the EcoSport. I don't know how you fucking say it.
That's the American replacement.
It's supposed to it's Ford's like new entry level vehicle,
like
which is
here,
not
instead
a
of the
car.
Focus, here's
or
this.
there's no Fiesta, there's no Focus.
It's the
You did, like,
EcoSport.
John will put a picture.
It looks
of
like
it's
this.
It's okay. Like, isn't that not one of like the shittiest looking
It's like
vehicles you've ever seen?
one of the lamest, dumbest looking cars on the road right now.
Yes, and it's like it's not a good car like by any stretch.
It's like in the running for worst looking car.
Worst looking and probably like worst driving.
Yeah.
And
But for some reason, they think that's going to sell.
like that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I guess it's been selling like okay, but like God, really? Like,
It's such a business decision, apparently.
You look at like that new Focus ST, like, oh, we could have had that, but like, no, sorry guys, but we'll give you these.
We will see if this plays out well for them.
Yeah.
Right now, it feels like they let Excel make the decisions. It's like, we made a computer to run our company. We stepped back, and this is what it did. And you're like, whoa, what?
But it just, the EcoSport just looks fucking awful.
Yeah, it looks dumb.
It looks like as cheap as a car can look.
I mean, it probably is.
I mean, it's a cheap car. It's not, but it's not free. It's not like 12 grand.
Yeah, it doesn't have to look.
I'm pretty sure it still starts off at like
18.
No, probably more. I bet it's. I don't even. We'll look it up.
Yeah.
Someone look that up. But it probably starts off at like 21, 22 grand or something.
Didn't Ford make a bed too?
Oh, they came out with some like stupid. I don't know if they made it.
I mean, they probably like won't release it, but like, they showed it off.
But it was like, we took the ideas behind our like road safety technology, the like lane keeping technology, like we applied it to household
mattresses.
Things.
That sounds like an April Fool's. Fucking,
I know. Yeah. It's like, what are they doing? It's like Ford is drunk right now.
But anyways, back to the EcoSport.
MSRP from 19,995, so 20 grand.
20 grand.
And it looks like that.
It looks like shit. There's something about the way that it looks with like the wheels look like
proportions are so
the wheels look like comically small.
Yeah, it looks like a cartoon car or something.
And,
even if that was a cartoon car, it'd be like the weak dad or something, you know, like the neighbor that you make fun of, like Ned Flanders would drive this.
It's like the new Pontiac Aztec.
No, at least the Aztec was like,
I think it's
adventurous.
I think it's the new Buick Rendezvous.
Or it's like Enclave.
It's like the new
Encore.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
But like, so like it has this kind of like Indian look to it, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I think I like made a joke like, would you know this is a Ford or what's in what?
Tata.
Yeah, just like whatever. And like, lo and behold, I just found out that the EcoSport is built in India.
Shocking.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
all the ones in the U.S. at least are built in India.
Mm-hmm.
Get it, Ford.
So it's literally like
killing it.
We're gonna take away this like kind of sophisticated European hatchback and give you a fucking car that's made for like developing countries.
Damn.
Like, fuck.
Bold direction, bold moves,
yeah,
whatever their tagline is.
Honestly, I'm not completely opposed to the thing of where Ford is like shifting to their products that work, but like that seems like a fucking miss.
Let's see some actual like good stuff come out.
Yeah,
maybe
we'll see.
That would be nice.
But goddamn, that thing's a piece of shit.
It has the weird side open rear hatch. Is that what I'm seeing?
I'm not sure, but I know in some markets you can get it with like the spare tire on the back. Still the like throwback.
Yeah.
It's rugged.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
Well,
thumbs down.
I'll withhold judgment until the ST model.
RS.
It'll have like 13-inch wheels instead of 12s. Something stupid.
But the car that it reminds me of in its profile, the other car that looks like it's from a developing country is the Mitsubishi Mirage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Mirage is pretty pathetic. Look, there's just kind of a genre of cars where it's like those are pathetic.
Where it goes from not just like inexpensive to like what a joke. Like,
it's saying people like because cars in general are pretty good,
right?
And people will say you can't buy a bad car right now. Like cars are so good.
There's a few,
but there's
you try hard enough.
Actually a section of cars where it's like no, there's still some stupid looking
real
ones
shit.
where. You would think if you were turning 16 and your parents like bought you a new car, they couldn't go wrong.
Right,
but it's like
they can.
No, they can. There are a few. Yeah, Mitsubishi Mirage is a pretty bad one. One time I Uber to the airport from where I live because it's so much cheaper than like anything else. Taxi or there's like a shuttle service. I used to
like wait for it.
Yeah, and it like picks up other people and stuff. It's like, oh, move over, like put their bed. It's like stupid. Then Uber's cheaper. It's like a private car. But one time, here's people have done this. One time I ordered an Uber and it was like, Jacob's coming in his Mitsubishi Mirage. I was like, fuck that. Canceled. I ride in a Mirage.
I got standards.
It's like, nah. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I waited like 2 minutes.
But Uber, I know they have standards for like the you know, how new the car is.
Yeah.
And like, I know like you can't show up in like a 99 Taurus.
I've ridden in some pretty old cars.
But I think they still have to be like 10 years old or less or like something like that. But I assume there must be no rules and like, I wonder if like it has to be a 4-door.
Or it like probably has to be a 4-door.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just, so I remember asking someone like, what do they do? And because I've ridden in some cars that are like, this is pretty shitty.
Right.
Like this is not
acceptable.
And it was like no major damage.
Right.
It like seems to run well, but I'm pretty sure it's like you drive it there and they're like, okay.
Yeah, but you could still show up in like whatever the cheapest car.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
If he had a Mirage,
I mean, he had a Mirage, dude.
That is the cheapest.
That would pass. Yeah.
And they show the car. Like it shows a little icon.
The actual car.
Yeah, the actual car. It's like, here he comes. And it's just like, no. No.
I bet that happens. I bet that wasn't the first time.
Yeah. He gets a ride and he's like fucking punched. He's trying to get there before they cancel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're out there, Jacob.
The funny thing is the Mirage used to be like not a good car, but like it
was bad. It was like a direct Civic.
Yeah, like in the 90s. It was like
wasn't the Evolution based off of it? Yeah.
Yeah, the Evo was like
the Mirage.
Yeah. And then it took a turn.
Oh, how the mighty
it took a turn for the developing
fallen. Yeah.
It's like I'm fine with, you know,
cheap
companies selling cheap cars for developing. Right. Like, don't bring that shit here.
Well, you can make a cheap, like the Fit.
Right. Yeah. You can make
cool. I've wanted a Fit.
Yeah. You can make a great car that's cheap, or you can fucking drop the ball and make an eco sport.
Yeah. That is literally my only Mitsubishi Mirage story. Is that one time I ordered one on Uber and I canceled it because it was so embarrassing. It's like I can't be seen for 20 minutes riding to the airport.
Not only that, but like I imagine riding that is not a
not too fun
therapeutic experience.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'd better.
Do you ride it when you get an Uber or Lyft? Do you ride in the front or the back?
I go in the back.
You're a back kind of guy.
I go in the back, even though like it's kind of weird because sometimes they like move the front seat back, like to make room for you in the front. But I don't know. I'm still very like talkative. I have like a 4.95
damn
Uber profile. Yeah.
Wow.
I take pride in it.
And Jacob would have fucked that up.
Yeah, Jacob probably like just rated me poorly, even though I didn't get a chance to. Yeah, Uber's kind of funny because you can rate the driver and they can rate you. The past few times, in general, I like Uber a lot, and the drivers seem happy.
Yeah,
people are always like, Uber drivers are underpaid. And like, the whole thing, every Uber I've ever been in, they're like, I love this. I get to work on my own schedule.
Right,
like, it's great. They all seem to like it.
Yeah,
sounds better than flipping burgers.
Yeah, the last few that I've taken, I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but they're like, they pretty quickly start talking about their financial situation.
Yeah.
Got a couple kids. Oh, it's getting rough and like all this stuff. And I think it happened around the time they introduced tipping for Uber.
Oh, yeah.
Because for a while, it's just like there's no interaction with money.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you just get in the car and you get out.
Your rate is already decided.
And the rate is decided and like there's nothing with the driver. And I didn't tip. Like, because it was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like in general, I do it. For Uber, it's like, nope, this is part of the experience. I'm not going to tip. But ever since they introduced tipping, now I do tip.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just noticed they kind of lean on the finances a little more. Have we talked about Uber yet?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because I was thinking the other day, like I generally will take Uber now because taxis just suck for the most part.
And same shit, you still gotta fucking tip them.
Yeah.
And you have to tip them, and it's just like
the rates like usually higher.
Yeah, it's like that was an industry that like needed to be transformed. Yeah. But in general, if you're in like a big city, like a pretty densely packed city, San Francisco, for example, an Uber is just like a guy or a girl or a college student that needs money.
Yeah.
Taxi driver, that's a profession.
Yeah.
You don't fucking do that lightly. It's like they're seasoned.
I do it for an hour and a half a day.
Yeah, they're warriors. They're not just trying to earn like bar money or something, which a lot of Uber drivers are just kind of, just my like fuck around money.
Right.
It's like their second job. Taxi drivers are professional drivers. And it's pretty entertaining being in a taxi in a big city
Vegas,
because they are crazy aggressive driver. Taxi drivers don't fuck around.
No.
You get in the backseat of a taxi. It's like a video game. Like sit back and enjoy because you're going to see some
aggressive driving.
You're going to see some driving moves that are
super hard accelerating and super late braking.
Innovative. Innovative driving moves. And in general, Uber drivers and like Lyft drivers are pretty weak.
Yeah.
There's just some
just a
college student. You're like, oh, they're gonna do whatever. Like taxi drivers are like up on the curb and shit. Like edging cyclists forward and stuff.
That actually reminds me, when I was in San Francisco the other day, I saw several cars that had like, have you ever seen where it's like an LED like lit up sign on the roof?
Yeah, like an advertisement, you mean?
Is that what it, like, I didn't know it, is that just a normal car that's being paid to have an advertisement?
Yeah, I think so. You can take money to run an ad.
It's fucking, like it's a big, like you look at it. Yeah. Like it's a big, like heavy looking thing just like on the roof of like a Sentra. And I thought it was like, oh, that must be like a type of Uber or something.
You're like their car.
Yeah.
No, I think that's like a service.
You just like get a little bit of spare change for putting this piece.
You may as well Uber at the same time.
I'm sure they still do, but I remember like people would also like could put like those magnetic like decals on their car, like advertisements on the side of their door. Right. Like it's not their business that they're promoting, but someone's paying them to do that.
So I guess it's
just an updated version.
I've never seen that before, but it's like it's a programmable like LED.
Yeah.
Like it looked pretty big. Like it looked like it would fuck up your mileage bad. Huge like brick.
Probably does.
Not aerodynamic at all.
Probably does. That sounds so Bay Area.
I'll see if I can find a picture.
That sounds like some Bay Area startup.
Yeah.
Oh, let's put like ads on cars.
I was only there for like an hour, but I saw probably like 4 or 5 of them just driving around.
Everyone booming started.
Everyone in the Bay is an Uber driver and has ads in their car and shit. Okay, we have debated for a couple months now whether or not to talk about this.
And we are
on the podcast. But we landed on talking about it. So
as you know, I look at Craigslist quite often.
Garrett is what you would refer to as a Craigslist enthusiast.
Yes. Craigslist whore.
Yeah. Although I do have to say Facebook Classifieds is pretty good too.
Yeah.
In some ways it's better.
Different flavors.
Because like you can actually like vet the sellers.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can
link to their profile.
You can look at it like engagement photos.
If you
you can dig a little deep.
Right. But at least you know, like,
it's a person.
There's not a whole lot of, not as many scams. But anyways, on Craigslist, I'm sure most of you guys, if you guys look at Craigslist, you probably also have similar things where you see a car that's just always for sale.
The local car that is relisted
like
every week
or 2
months on months.
So there's a car that no exaggeration, I think has probably been for sale for at least 4 years. Like the same ad, the same photos.
Yeah.
Bumping
like
it.
Not
bumping.
And it is, I guess we'll bring it up.
Yeah, here's a picture of it.
It is a 1946. Let me check.
Yeah, 46.
It's a 1946 Ford with a Mercury front end. Obviously, you guys knew that.
That's the time.
That's the one. That's the classic.
Like, the car itself is like pretty lame.
It's whatever.
It's very like Tim the Toolman Taylor.
It's a very like generic like 90s
very street rod. It's like clip art street rod kind of thing.
Good old days.
Yeah, car.
Yeah, he's asking 29 grand. Well, I think when I first showed it to you guys,
was it like 50?
That was probably like 6 months ago, maybe.
Yeah, more than that.
And I was like, this car's been for sale for years. What do you think?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on
it? And I think I just like every time I see it, I just send it to you guys.
Yeah, every Monday-ish. Yeah, Monday morning.
Part of his routine. Like wakes up and makes coffee.
Still for sale. Yeah,
man, pours some Cheerios and sends us a link to 46 Ford convertible with Mercury front end.
And it's got like these like super dumb wheels.
Yeah, here's some sweet
super dumb steering wheel.
It's kind of like J.C. Whitney catalog.
Yeah, it's like a hot rod that's not done very well.
Yeah.
And it's very expensive.
Yeah.
29 grand. Probably started at what? Like
it was like
mid to high 30s or something.
Yeah.
Keeps dropping it a wee bit.
But it always has the tagline is that he's leaving California soon.
That's recent.
Even though that's only for like the last 3 months.
Yeah, that's like
I thought that's been at least 6 months, I swear.
I don't know. The timelines are murky, but it's just, the point is this car has been for sale indefinitely.
It's like incredibly overpriced.
It's taking up.
I don't even know if it's overpriced. It's just a very dumb car that obviously nobody wants.
Well, it's apparently overpriced.
Right. But like, even like who would even want that at like normal market value?
I don't know. We're not sure. But I am curious, like what kind of, does he get emails? What kind of offers does he get?
Right. And we've like constantly joked about like going to him and messing with
that would just
showing up with like
cruel
cash.
But it would be funny.
Yeah. But it'd be funny. Yeah. Just like
acting like you're the one guy that's finally going to buy it.
Yeah. This is exactly what I've been looking for.
Rolling up with like a briefcase full of cash.
Like, the flames don't look quite as.
Yeah.
I thought the flames are going to look a little different.
Well, honestly, like it must look like, wonder what it looks like now, because like you said, the photos are the same photos from like 4 years ago, and this car's probably just been sitting under some tarp.
Yeah.
But like, do you think he takes it out every week and like washes it?
I don't know.
But I don't know.
Something like that, you have to just. There's something about once you decide to sell something where you just immediately kind of don't like it anymore. Right. You know, it's like, all right, fine, I'm going to sell this car. And then as soon as it's up for sale, you mentally start distancing yourself from it, kind of like you're preparing yourself for the loss.
Right.
And you stop driving it. And you stop like caring, like you're not going to put money into it or whatever. You're ready for it to go.
You got to consider it gone.
Yeah. And there must just the mental toll on this guy of this thing.
The thing that I don't understand
sitting in his garage.
So obviously he needs to sell this car. Like, do you need to sell it or do you not need to sell it?
Or do you think maybe his like wife was like, you need to sell the car? And he's like, okay.
Yeah,
but he's like not making an attempt.
I have heard this before. I've heard people say this. I don't have experience with it, where they'll say like the wife wants it gone,
so they say like,
and so they'll list
it's for sale. No, no one's biting.
Yeah, they'll list it for some like ridiculous price. So that could be what's.
I don't.
Yeah, it's hard to know with this thing.
But yeah,
it's hard to know.
Well, assuming that's not the case, but it's like, so you have this car that you want to get rid of, but not. Yeah. You don't want to get rid of it.
Do you
bad
need
enough
to sell
like
it?
Actually sell it? Because you've literally been trying to sell it for 5 years.
Usually when you need to sell something, it's because you need the money for something immediate.
Or the space or
relatively
whatever.
Immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of questions about this car.
So we'll
it's not our cup of tea. That's why we
I
figured
do like
we'd help
I like
give him some free promotion.
I mean, a car of this era could be cool. Like this one is not. My personal opinion.
In my opinion. Yeah.
It's weird. It's like if you want a car from the 40s built in the style of the mid 90s,
this is your car.
Then here you go.
So here you go, people. Hit us up.
Yeah.
If you
wants a little gem.
Yeah, if anyone has 30
and
grand.
if not, we'll check back in maybe episode 90 and see if it's still for sale.
We should ask for a finder's fee if we
15K.
If your uncle buys this car.
Yeah.
And there's another.
Yeah, here in the same genre of indefinite Craigslist.
This one has probably been for sale for maybe not quite as long, but also a long time.
Does this one more than a year?
I would say it's at least a year.
That's close
to it, if not. It is a. I do like how the ad literally says "beautiful 1990 Corvette convertible."
That's the title.
Yes, that is the title.
Here's a shot.
27.5 is what he's asking.
27.5
for a.
Say it again. What year?
1990.
Beautiful 1990 Corvette convertible.
Oh, 90.
Yeah.
For 28 grand.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if you're listening, take a guess if you think it's worth that or not.
Although to be fair, it sounds like there's a lot done to this car.
Sure. Okay.
But I mean, it's kind of like
both of these cars, kind of similar.
Well, this one actually has it's it's supercharged. 383 stroker. Okay. So it's got some cool stuff.
Work.
It's not 27.5.
Sure.
Cool, but it's it'd be a cool car for 12.
Yeah.
Maybe if you wanted to drive
less than half of what he's asking for.
If you wanted to drive a C4 convertible.
Yeah.
But
a beautiful.
The funniest thing is the ad describes what's on it, blah blah blah. And then it says, this is not your mother's Corvette. However, it could be if she likes fast and beautiful Corvettes.
Oh, got him.
Yeah.
Got him with that.
That's a sales technique right there.
And then right after that, it says, this car is the real deal.
If you thought it was not the real deal.
Yeah.
Anyone who's looking at this and thinking it's not the real deal.
Yeah. He's just
sit the fuck down. It's the real deal. I love these kinds of ads where it's like they first of all, it's overpriced, or it's kind of like pie in the sky price. But it's like kind of a car that like you think's kind of lame. And I just imagine the guy writing it like, oh man, people are just gonna be
just so poetic,
banging the door down to get in.
I think it's funny when anyone selling any car has to like add stuff that's not relevant to the description.
Yeah,
like this is a classic that's going up in value. Like very hard to find.
Their own little takes.
It's like, okay, like thank you for that.
If you're a man of class and good taste, you already know how special and rare that this.
Yeah, but it's like why you have to put like rare, classic, Datsun,
just
whatever.
Put it up there.
Yeah, I'll fucking decide if it's rare.
Rare automatic. Yeah, this is not your mother's.
It could be though.
Well, if your mother likes fast and beautiful Corvettes, then yes.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet
so
though.
Another one if you
let us know if you've got some local gems.
let us know if you buy this. Go ahead and buy this car.
Either of these cars, $15K finder's fee. We would appreciate.
It's the real deal, folks.
From the owner. It's the real deal. Don't for a fucking second think it's not the real deal, because it is. Although apparently it isn't, because it's been listed for.
I would like to see like Bring a Trailer start doing that. We're like, this is this one. It's like
real.
Their description starts including.
Surely you know that this color combo.
This is a highly desirable and valuable car that you should buy.
There's only 6,300 of this color, silver on darker silver. Yeah. Speaking of browsing the internet, wasting time. Here is my latest car fetish. Well, I don't remember.
It's not pedal pumping, is it?
It's not pedal pumping. I don't remember how I found this, but like they're pretty sweet, and I'm sure you've seen it. It's just cars, well, usually trucks, but cars also, with stock brakes. And not even like the fast version of cars. So like fairly pedestrian cars.
Any car.
Charger or like Ram truck or something, just kind of any car. Stock brakes, but then like fucking like 30-inch rims. Or something.
And especially wheels where they don't have like a big face. Like thin spoke.
Like thin 5-spoke 30s on like a charger, on like a V6 charger or something. Where you can fucking run like a basketball. There's so much space. It's like the brakes are so puny.
Like 8-inch rotors or something.
I'll throw up a couple like sweet photos. It's like they'll take a picture of it and there's just like tons of background.
Sunlight.
It's just tons of light. It's so sweet. They're so good looking. And it's like it's the funny thing about Google Images, because it'll
do similar looking
image. You just go down this rabbit hole of like, oh man, damn. Oh, these are terrible. Oh, there's more of them. They just keep getting better. So I don't know what, I forget what the search term I found was.
Big rim.
It probably started as like big BBS wheels. And then you kind of you got off the freeway on the wrong exit.
Meander.
you found yourself in a dark place. But yeah, it's pretty sweet look, because they're not even big brakes to begin with. No. It'll be like 30s on the rear. So it's like a 10-inch non-vented disc with like a single piston little caliper. This tiny little fucking thing. And these huge wheels, huge rims. Oh man, I don't know why I'm so into that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty good one. I feel like there's a shirt idea there. So it needs to be,
or like a term or something, like wheel gap or something.
Oh, the artwork. I just feel like the brakes are just gonna like fall off.
Yeah.
If you try to like lock up a vehicle with 30s, how would that work? I don't know. Like, can those brakes even like lock?
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, I think we need to
test
and buy one. Okay, this is what we would call potentially the main topic.
The meat and potato.
Yeah, although
the surf and turf.
Bagging on the Mitsubishi Mirage is probably going to be the height of this podcast.
EcoSport.
So you can go ahead and close out.
Have I talked about how shitty the EcoSport is?
EcoSport. Here's another picture of it. Okay, main topic. Future-proof cars.
So what got me talking about a couple weeks ago, I met up with a friend who had just leased a BMW 6 Series GT.
6 GT, yeah.
Oh, really? Four-door?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's essentially, it's the 5 GT but they just changed the number.
Kind of hatchback.
It looks identical.
It's like not quite a sedan. It's not quite an SUV.
A 6 GT. I didn't even know that existed. So it's
they
a 4-door hatchback version of their 2-door big.
Both. They literally just renamed the 5 GT.
I think the 6 doesn't really have anything to do with like the old 6.
Well, they're built.
Really?
Both of them are built on the 7 Series platform.
but the 6 Series is supposed to be a 2-door. Okay,
it was. At one point it was.
Anyways, 6 GT. Okay. Here's a picture of
it. Sure. Which is, it's a nice car. It's just like,
it's a new BMW.
It's like his just commuter.
It's a high end.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So we were riding around and it's like fully loaded. So it has like all this shit, like like weird surround camera.
Yeah, 360 camera and like gesture tracking.
Like, which is like probably one of the dumbest things.
Yeah, like if you don't know what this is, it's gesture tracking where like you
make
will
a hand gesture,
wave your hand or so in a certain way in front of the navigation screen.
Right.
Which almost kind of would be cool, except that any of those new technologies, unless they are fucking 100% reliable, they're kind of dumb.
Yes.
Even if they're 98%, they're kind of dumb.
And it had like, he was showing me something where like it has like, the owner's manual like digitized on whatever the screen is. Yeah. And when you like search for something, it has this like trackpad and you can like literally write out.
You write the letters.
Like, So you can also draw various things which various shapes which entertained us for a little
quite
bit.
some time. Yeah.
So it just has all this like essentially useless.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
fun to like
you probably wouldn't use it.
But the thing that he was saying is like, I leased this car because like there's no fucking way I would buy a car
with all this crap.
And that's kind of I think that's their audience. It's like they know, like that's their target. It's just like here.
So it's like, not only will this stuff probably be outdated, but like imagine trying to fix it when it fucking starts breaking.
Can you imagine some like 6 GT enthusiast group 25 years from now? There's like a guy who rebuilds the track pads and stuff like that.
Yeah, so like that kind of got, well, we were talking about this, and then it's like, is that the way all cars are kind of going? Where they're not made to be like, buy this and drive it for 25 years.
Yeah.
I think leasing cars and just financing and access to capital in general is a pretty new thing.
Yeah.
Like you just wouldn't go, it's not new.
Right. But like more people are doing it.
Yeah, you just didn't do it the same way in the 90s. Nobody had like a 6-year fucking like high interest rate or any of that stuff. Like it just wasn't really the same. And I think it's because you can sell way more cars. They move way more cars this way. You give people access to cars that are way more expensive than they
normally would
go get.
Especially when you would pay cash for.
That you would pay cash for. And they can get newer ones more often. Like you trade them in. It's like it's all about the flow of new cars.
Right. And that kind of goes like, is that what cars are becoming?
I think it is what most cars, at least that is the... that is like the style of making money for most big car companies because there's a ton of money in it.
Right. Because there's a step change. We were looking at all this stuff this car has and like, sure, it's kind of neat. But you're also talking like, ideally, like from a consumer standpoint, the car you'd want would be like, the mechanicals are solid and like those will last you 20 years, whatever, like Toyota, whatever, they'll, run forever.
Right.
But all the shit that like makes people want new cars, like infotainment,
is the technology stuff,
like radar, cruise control, blah blah blah. If you could make like those things like interchangeable or replaceable, where it's like this is my 2021 whatever, but it has 2030 radar, and whatever user interface.
Right. Well, I'd say there's two things. One, cars aren't even drivetrains aren't even super reliable.
You don't think so?
No.
I guess
there's a lot of plastic.
I guess that's one thing.
Turbocharging, like they're just not.
That'll be interesting because we haven't yet got to the point where all these like tech lead-in cars are actually old.
Right, yeah, getting close.
Yeah, like the early ones.
It really started in like mid to late 2000s.
Yeah,
but it really ramped up around like 2010.
This one, when every car has like turbos and fucking dual clutch transmission.
No, they're not really made for long term.
Especially BMWs.
BMW is especially bad.
Even anything really, Ford.
Yeah, there's just quite a bit of plastic these days. It's like that's kind of a big reason why 60s cars are even I think that's a big part of why they're still popular, because you can restore them.
Yeah,
the
they're
fucking
simple.
dashboard's made out of metal.
Yeah, on to Summit and order everything.
And like, you can bring it back pretty close to whatever it was,
right, or better,
because there was no way to
right
make it cheap. They just didn't even have access to like such the methods to make that stuff cheap. I like where you're going with that from a design perspective. It's hard to do that.
And actually make it work.
Not so much make it work, but make it pretty.
Yeah.
Like anytime something, there's a trade-off between modularity
and like permanent design
and kind of permanent, like this flowing dashboard or whatever. If you have to be able to like pull things in and out.
Yeah, but weird thing, like even if such a thing was possible to do, like it wouldn't even that wouldn't even be in the automaker's interest to make a car like this is your life car.
Well, it's not in the. Again, the consumers drive the behavior.
Right.
And consumers, we aren't consumers. Yeah. We're like 0.01% of the opinion. Most consumers want a new car.
Right.
They want the new thing with like,
this and
first of all, latest safety tech. That one is nice. Sure. I mean, like we bitch and moan about safety tech because it's like, oh, it's like heavy and whatever. But for the majority of people, it's like, yeah, I want a safer car. I want to put my kids in this thing. You know, it's in general, safety stuff is good for the population. But I think we're the only ones saying like, how come I can't swap out the backup camera for a higher resolution, like better low light sensitivity one? Well, I don't think most people. I mean, think that way.
Depends on the car. I mean, because I upgraded the Uconnect in the Jeep. It's a 2015 Jeep, and I put a 2019 or 2018 Uconnect in it because they have CarPlay and Android Auto, and it was pretty easy to swap out. You have to know what you're doing and like actually do the old school like forum research and shit like that.
Well, again, you're not
the average guy.
You're not the average guy, but also that one's a little different.
But and also the delership like doesn't like they don't or they don't offer it to do it, which they could.
Yeah, it's also it's very hard to. One, even if people did want it, it's like, that's really hard because you don't know what the standards are going to be moving forward.
Right.
It's hard to predict. It'd be one thing if it was like, okay, a 6x9, like 7-inch touchscreen is going to be the standard for the next 10 years. Right. Then they could probably, if that was some law, like all cars must have this. Then
didn't stop them from fucking building houses around like old TVs. Oh, like my house literally has like this giant hole in the fucking wall. This like perfectly square, deep ass hole. Like, well, I'm gonna have a place to put the TV because TVs are always gonna be like deep and square.
Yeah, 32-inch CRT TV.
Fuck, so now it's just like a shelf
built into the house. Yeah, you can't even like put a plant in there. It doesn't make any sense. It's so sweet. But that's a good example of that. Yeah. I think the closest that we got, and like really the golden age, I think, of cars in a lot of ways is going to be the early 2000-ish era, because it's as close as you can get to having modern technology before they kind of spiraled off into
it's weird.
All the
whatever
touch screens.
You want. Some people have trackpads, some people have iDrive, some people like as soon as interacting with the car's technology,
the user interface.
As soon as the user interface kind of like, okay, it's no longer buttons.
Right.
But there is no thing. Some people want touchscreen. Some people have a trackpad. Some people have a little click wheel. Some like Lexus has like a mouse kind of, but like limited thing. It's spraying off, and it still isn't really settled.
No, and everyone still complains about everything.
And everyone complains about everything. It's like, oh, touchscreens, but like I miss physical buttons. It's like you can't. You can't. Like I agree that sometimes like a volume button or something like that's not even that's not. Well, it's like
I mean, like ideally, people. I think everyone wants like Lexus or Ford, BMW, whatever. Like you just hand off your infotainment to Apple or Microsoft, like whoever.
Oh, and even so, that like, though, not everyone likes touchscreens.
Well, just in general, but like everyone says like. Or like Honda's system sucks.
Oh yeah.
Or like whoever's system sucks.
Yeah.
So like
X
just take
good,
like take that out of the hands of automakers.
Yeah. I think in general you're right. A lot of them should just kind of bow down to
the people that
whatever, somebody who does like a better job, like Apple or something. Right. But even that one, I don't know if it's that easy.
To just like hand it off.
Well, yeah, because Apple doesn't make the
everyone, just look at CarPlay. Like everyone wants to use CarPlay.
They do now. Yeah.
And it's like the one thing the manufacturers have nothing to do with.
That's like the last few years. Right. You know, it's like, I think they will get there. But anyway, the point being, that's why I think early 2000s. Right. Like, I think before that's going to be, I don't know if there's going to be a ton of nostalgia for stuff after that, except for the more hard edge enthusiast stuff, because that stuff tends to delete
specialized
a lot of those things. It's like performance without any of the like even the Type R. It's like none of the what's Honda's like package called or whatever, like Smart Drive
Honda Sense.
Honda Sense, whatever their suite doesn't even have stuff. It's just like those cars tend to get rid of that stuff a bit. But it's like it used to be there was a standard for stereos, at least like the din and double din and stuff, and it was great because of it. You know, it was great because there were no alternative ways to interact.
Yes, and it was still a pretty smooth. Like that was only for listening to music, really.
Yeah,
they did nothing else.
They didn't do anything else, and it's because you didn't do anything else with the car.
Right.
Some of them had like onboard computers, and they're cheesy, you know, and dumb. And then it's really until they started going like, man, we can link a ton of shit in here, AC controls and whatever else. That's kind of start going downhill.
Well, but it's like it's kind of interesting because you still see ads where it's like, you know, Chevy truck, like whatever percentage of them are still on the road.
Yeah, they sell that dependability,
which is
stuff.
But it's like ideal if you're a car maker. Why you don't want people to keep your car for 20 years?
You don't.
You want them to think they will.
Yeah, and we've talked about that before, where you talk about the like long-term reliability of your car, knowing no one's going to keep your vehicle that long.
And if they did, you'd go out of business.
Well, in that vein, a lot of dealerships are doing like super long-term warranties, like 20-year long warranties.
Oh, that's just bullshit.
Right, exactly. Because they don't like no one's going to keep that car for 20 years, and it like covers like a very limited percentage.
They can feel some peace of mind.
Exactly.
But it's like even phones. People always say like, oh, cars are becoming like phones. But I think in a way they are, because
I think what they mean is cars are becoming
like disposable.
It's really, and like a lot of industries have transferred into this model where you no longer sell the thing.
Right. It's like a subscription.
You just subscribe to sell the service of that thing.
And some like Volvo and some others already have that.
If you can get people to buy into it, it's you just make more money.
You just have constant stream.
Yeah. When I worked on a few like large scale engineering projects that were along those lines, and the examples they kept going to was like Rolls-Royce doesn't sell engines anymore. You just subscribe to motive power
for like aircraft
or something. Yeah, for like aircraft. Heavy, they don't buy motors. They just like
they'll provide and service the motor.
We just provide this thing. You pay us a fee, and we'll service it. We'll keep it up to date. We'll keep whatever, all that stuff. Yeah. I think John Deere does that too. They don't sell. I don't totally know that one, but I know it pisses a lot of people off.
But it's not like I'm going to buy this tractor and keep it for 30 years.
You just like lease it. Like, don't quote me on this, but it's along those lines where it's like you lease it and then they're selling you a service. Right. They're trying to get you to subscribe.
Volvo has that.
Yeah.
Or it's like it includes like insurance.
Yeah.
Some other stuff,
which I am open to. It's like, I don't know. In some ways I am. Right. If it made sense financially, that'd be fine.
It's not. I know it's not cheap. Like it's a lot more.
It ends up being like, fuck that. It'll end up being like $800. And like, we'll also cover the insurance. Like, well, that's not good.
But it's like the same thing. Like with, say, when Apple shows off a phone, it's never like, this is the iPhone you're going to have for life.
Yeah.
Like this is like,
or even like 10 years.
Right. Like this is the phone that's built to last.
Yeah.
Like that's never really part of their, it's always like, this is the whatever most advanced ever until like next year when we have the next one advanced ever.
Yeah.
It's like the whole system is designed for like turnover.
I think you can only do that. You can really only do that when you get to a point where the technology is kind of, I want to say like leveling off. Like phones are kind of getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, I essentially pay a subscription for my phone.
Yeah, that's what everyone does.
The Apple they'd sell it to you at 0% financing.
You just pay whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would do that with a car for my daily driver.
If it wasn't prohibitively expensive.
Yeah, we should make a service for like enthusiast cars where you just like rotate out like an old
some shitty
or like an air-cooled 911 or something. Like, we'll keep you looking hip. Sell it to like some like rich guys or something.
We'll maintain it for you. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You'll have like the flavor of whatever. Like, oh, it's like
here's an old Land Cruiser.
Yeah, it's like whatever the newest like thing. You have like an F40 for a month or something. Oh, this old thing. You know? You sign up for some club or something. Man, we're just like cranking out good ideas on this podcast.
Entrepreneurs,
a bunch of them. We should do an Uber service that only has Mitsubishi
Mirages and see how well it does.
It's 12% cheaper than your typical car sharing service.
Oh man, yeah. The whole instead of products selling a service thing. I think that's where a lot of things are headed.
Yeah,
I think it's going there.
Which is probably good for like the daily driver side of cars, but not the like enjoying cars.
No, yeah, certainly not.
Well, it'll be even more so once like things go full electric, since like the majority reason people buy new cars now is because theirs is getting unreliable, or it's out of warranty. But with electric cars, that
shouldn't be an issue.
Reliable and easy.
Yeah. Or if you don't even need to own a car.
Right.
The whole like it shows up at your door and you get in it. That'd be fine. I can't wait.
No more Jacob, just autonomous driver number 42.
Yeah, I can't wait to.
The autonomous Mirage.
Nope. Cancel it.
Another one comes
Just
up.
keep canceling my autonomous Uber EcoSports. Fuck. Give me a Camry or something. Autonomous Mirages are getting all depressed.
Have we talked about the EcoSport? Have we talked about how it looks?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say it looks pretty shitty.
What's your take on it? Okay, speaking, you added this to the list, and it is super worth talking about.
Oh, the Tesla?
Yeah, this...
yeah, so the other day I was in a little place that they call San Francisco.
A little hole-in-the-wall city.
It's a little tech-oriented.
Yeah.
So I was behind a Model S P100 is like the fastest.
P100D.
P100D.
That's like the
performance.
It's like the SS.
Biggest battery. And the dual motor.
So
I think the fastest car they make right now.
Yeah. So it had a personalized plate, which
here's a picture.
Yeah, we'll show the picture.
We don't remember what it said. None of us are looking at the picture that you're looking at.
I remember I didn't understand what it meant.
But anyways, we don't get the license.
Let me look at it real quick.
If anybody can figure this out.
I assume that's a custom plate. It looks like
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure.
So anyway, so first I was trying to figure out that, and I couldn't get it.
Couldn't figure it out.
But then if you look closer, the license plate frame.
Yeah, here's all zoomed in.
It says, I quote, 0 to 60 in 2.28 seconds.
Damn.
How just like weak and fragile is your ego / how boring of a person are you?
Yeah.
Like, what? That is honestly one of the dumbest things of all the mods we've talked about. Murdered out
and
cars.
The best thing is like, it's not even modified. Like anyone who owns that P1 like has that same 0 to 60.
0 to 60 in 2.28.
It's like so bad. I wonder if he had it made. Like,
for sure. That's like go to the mall and make a custom license plate frame.
Yeah. How many significant digits? 2.2? No, 2.28. Let him know.
I also want to know, like, did he time it or does it just like get it out of a magazine?
Yeah. He like beats it and gets
gets a new one every month.
Frame.
Or when his battery degrades, he has to like get a little bit slower.
Yeah, 2.6.
It's funny because there's that certain flavor of like Tesla owner. Because remember, I saw one. I took a picture of it. I have to go through my phone. But remember, I sent you guys that picture of the one that like is all like blacked out or something like that.
The kind of like modded,
right? Yeah, where it's like they just put like they black out the chrome and stuff like that, or like do little vinyl accents.
This one had some kind of like red,
right?
Yeah,
exactly,
like red badges and stuff. They're so bad.
Yeah,
they're so awful.
But it's kind of. But Mike actually he like asked like why don't electric cars? I guess not just Tesla, all EVs. They don't really have that like hippie, like bumper sticker thing going on that like other cars do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, I think I said that.
Was that you?
Somebody did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because I mentioned, you know, like how like when the Prius first came out, like
Right.
everyone was putting like bumper stickers on it.
Right.
They're like, I'm saving the earth, or like they'll have like, you know, keep Tahoe blue and stuff
Right.
like that.
That was you. Yeah,
Like they're very like pro environment, but like EV owners like
Straight electric cars.
which are like don't even care.
You
Like,
don't really see like Teslas or even regular.
Yeah,
Leafs and
Prius
stuff.
was like total virtue signal.
Code-
Right, exactly, yeah.
coexist,
EVs kind of aren't.
no,
which is weird because they kind of. I mean, like they're clean. whatever.
I'm wondering if everyone like already got their jollies out with
Got out of their
Priuses.
system, and you see it on like Subarus too.
yeah.
For the most part, almost everyone, I mean, maybe this isn't totally true, but in my experience, almost everyone who owns an electric car was just like, I did the math.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Saving
just
money
like,
on gas.
it
Yeah.
worked. Here, I can point to the Excel spreadsheet
Yeah.
that tells you like this was a smart decision, factored in
Yeah.
the rebates. It's just
Yeah.
like, I'm saving money. Why wouldn't I do this?
Not too many. Like I bought this to help cool the climate.
Yeah,
Right,
it's just
exactly,
like
yeah.
I am passionate about climate. It's just like, oh, this thing's way cheaper. Than,
Yeah.
like I was driving a truck to work and I was
Yeah.
dumb. Now I do this. Prius is like, we need to band together. Yeah, it's like the whole South.
But it is
Park
kind of
episode
funny how
and
that
stuff.
like that whole like Prius movement has kind of been like crushed.
You know,
I mean, like the
by
like virtue
EV.
signaling by
yeah.
buying a hybrid.
Yeah,
I care. It's like wait,
that was a hot flavor for a minute.
yeah,
it's kind of dead
quick
now.
little minute.
Yeah. Okay. Final and possibly hottest topic of this scorching hot monumental 30th podcast.
So this is also one of mine.
Yeah.
So a week or two ago, I had to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
A little place called the grocery store.
Interesting.
It's a place where they sell
Vaughn's
like
probably,
food.
right?
Yes, a place called Vaughn's, which I go to like a couple times a week. But,
As most people do.
but for some reason I had to get like drain cleaner or something. So I went down this like aisle that I don't usually.
Yeah, the
go
like
down.
some of the like lesser known aisles.
Right. So aisle 6 or whatever. And it was and they have like an automotive section in
grocery
the grocery store.
automotive
And I'll
section.
put up a picture of it. I took a picture and sent it to
Sweet.
you guys. But they have like weird like car stuff.
Yeah, it's really weird.
There's like fuel additive and like a couple types of oil.
There's like some
There's some
oil.
.3 probably. Yeah.
And there's like brake fluid.
Yeah. Like the gas station automotive section is also pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, that's mostly just like I need oil or brake
But it
fluid.
makes
or-
sense.
Yeah.
It's like shit. I pulled off
Yeah,
the highway.
right.
Like, oh, thank
I
God.
need
they've
fucking
got
something.
the
Yeah, like,
grocery store.
It's like, this is like, and
Honey,
a
don't
grocery
we,
store.
Yeah.
don't we need a quart of oil?
I just wonder, like, who buys this? I assume like it's expensive.
I was buying yogurt. Like, don't we need some oil?
Do we need some fuel additive, like fuel injector cleaner?
Don't we need a tire?
But it's like
pressure
I've never
gauge?
seen anyone purchase anything.
Yeah, that'd be funny if like you had like 6 quarts of oil.
Yeah.
Do you have a filter? You got the 3150 for a Honda.
Is it automatic
V6.
or a manual?
Yeah, like the guy at the cash register. What's the code for organic chard? Oh, and also, do we have the like wicks?
Do you bring a core for that?
Yeah, you're fucking. That'd be so sweet. You've got like turmeric and like carrots.
Steering fluid.
Put your fucking battery core. It's like going down. It's like going down a little conveyor belt. Put your little separator thing.
Yeah.
Before and after it. Dirty alternator core.
Yeah, it's just like who the fuck buys
My
this
$12
stuff?
back.
Because like I say, it's not like emergency situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't like run into the middle of town. I need a quart of Presto.
And there's like literally like an auto parts store, like probably in the same shopping
Right.
center.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are always funny. It's like, who decides what to put? It'll be like 30 weight oil. You know,
Yeah.
it's never. Oh, do they have my like Mobile One like 030?
Yeah.
Like
High
10
mileage.
like 1060 high performance. Yeah, the old grocery store.
Yep. So if you ever bought automotive items
At a grocery store.
let us know.
Yeah, what'd you get, Mom? Fruit roll-ups. Like, oil. What is this? A car cover.
Some McGuire's quick detail.
Maybe a license plate frame.
Carnuba wax.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, a little bit shorter this week, wasn't it? Or is it
about our
huge? I feel like I always say that.
Felt short because we had so much fun.
Just it was so hot and so takey that it just flew by.
They were just dropping.
I just want to reiterate: if you own a Mitsubishi Mirage, you're just fucking sell it.
Yeah, take a look in the mirror. You can do better.
If you've been wondering why your Uber take rate is low, sorry for the rude awakening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all our latest patrons. If you are on the fence about joining Patreon, personally, my advice is fucking go for it.
Take that risk.
Just take the leap. Yeah. That's just my feel.
Just go with your gut and do it.
You don't want to have regrets when you're 60 or 70, looking back. And this is one of those things you're going to regret. Carbo's Patreon. Anyways, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for putting up with us.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed, and
see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.